Hello, my name is Ash, a counselor in training. This is my Relatable study podcast for individuals who need help studying for their NCE, CPCE, and other related counseling exams. I'm going to go through many questions from multiple resources and make the answers relatable to both you and me. So get your listening ears on and let's get studying. The purpose of interpretation in counseling is to A. Help the client appear genuine, B. Makes the client aware of their unconscious processes, C. Makes the client aware of nonverbal behaviors, D. Helps the client understand feelings and behaviors related to childhood. The answer is B. The purpose of interpretation in counseling is to make the client aware of their unconscious processes. The counselor can help in this process by, let me get this right, you did this, and as a result, this happened. Am I interpreting this right? This will help the client become aware of their unconscious processes because the counselor is trying to interpret what they said and how it makes sense. What is Freud's personality structure? His personality structure has three main components. The id, which is the unconscious pleasure principle manifested by the desire for immediate and complete satisfaction with disregard for others. There's ego, which is the rational and conscious reality principle, which weighs the actions and consequences. Then there is superego, which is the conscious and unconscious censoring of the forced personality, which evaluates and judges behavior. Freud's personality structure is the id, ego, and superego. Freud's personality structure is the id, ego, and superego. Organ inferiority relates mainly to the work of C.G. Jung's analytical psychology, B. Alfred Adler's individual psychology, C. Sigmund Freud's psychoanalytical theory, D. Joseph Breuer's work on hysteria. The answer is B. Organ inferiority relates mainly to the work of Alfred Adler's individual psychology. When Alfred Adler was young, he had many issues with his organs, and he felt inferior because of it, which led him down to what he contributed to psychology and counseling, which is his individual psychology. I would highly recommend looking into Adler's past and history to learn more about his organ inferiority and how it relates to his work of individual psychology. According to Adler, what are the two types of complexes? The first complex is inferiority, which is an inability to solve life's problems. Secondly, it is superiority, which is an exaggerated opinion of one's accomplishments and abilities in an attempt to compensate for an inferior complexity. For example, I am unable to solve my height issue, so I am experiencing inferiority, whereas because of my knowledge of the arts and some counseling, I feel accomplished in what I have done so far. That is superiority. And where I would like to state that I do not know everything, and I know where my areas of competence lie. So when I do not know, I do my own research, and I tell you that I'm doing my own research. I would like to clear the air with that. When a client becomes aware of a factor in their life that is heretofore unknown, counselors refer to it as A. Individual psychology, B. Confrontation, C. Transference neurosis, D. Insight. The answer is D, insight. When a client becomes aware of a factor in their life heretofore unknown, counselors refer to it as an insight. It is very similar to the aha moment. Oh, this factor in my life happened and now I'm aware of it. That is an example of insight, or what it may sound like. This is from my perspective. And that is all 5 questions. Thank you for listening. Keep calm and study on.